Gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast. I'm manager Marty. Come on in, have a seat. Now, I got to sit on the couch today because I might need a therapist after this show is over. So I might as well go and sit on the couch now till the therapist get here. We need answers. You see, I got the shirt on. We're gonna do this the right way today. Because I got some questions. I got some questions. Not I have some questions. I know that I interchangeably speak in Ebonics and then professionally. But you know, I'm catering to all of the audience. Come on in. What's up, P Flame? Hey, P. Keep trying to tell them, P, they won't listen to me. Shout out and salute to my guy, Shaheed. I keep trying to tell the people, when are y'all going to listen to me? Just answer the question. When? Can y'all see the shirt? Let me sit up. Let me sit up some more so y'all can see what's going on. Can y'all see? It works. I keep telling y'all it works. When y'all gonna believe? I don't like how this joint look too. I don't like how it's too much space right here. I'm gonna have to, when I edit this, I'm gonna have to see how much all this space is right here. Like in this area, it's too much space. But then if I bring this tripod down, y'all might not be able to see this. I need y'all to see the shirt. I need y'all to understand what happens in these type of fights, because it works. I keep telling y'all it works. Double salute to my guy, Andre Noble, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Andre Noble, good to see you, brother. We got to talk about it. Oh my goodness, man. Let me turn my ring up just in case I get a phone call or two. How should I start this show off? Israil Bound, what's going on? Double salute to my guy, Sin Ironheart. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. I'm gonna need to take this watch off. I gotta take this off. Who that right there? DJ Black Charm Music, what's up? I'm gonna start the show off right. Y'all see my shirt? SNAC. Victor Conti, if you listening. Let me take my glasses off, let him know. Hey, Vic, send me my money that you owe me, man. You still owe me a check. And most of you, even Shaheed is in the chat. Andre Noble here. Y'all know that man owe me some money. I want to speak on that real quick. Did y'all know that I made history in the sport of boxing? Well, I always make history in other areas. I am the first and only non-athlete that have secured a promo code in my name for the SNAC program. Did y'all know that? All of the other athletes that have their name in a promo code with SNAC, they're all working with the program. I'm the first and only non-athlete to secure my name in a promo code with the SNAC program. If y'all don't respect me for no other reason on YouTube, respect me for that. And also respect my diligent research that I've done for over 15 years when it comes to this program. Double salute to my guy. Band up. Man, band up. I'm glad to hear from you, brother. I've been sending you messages in your DM on Instagram, brother. And I'm so glad that you're here today. I hope all is well. I mean, I wasn't chasing you around or nothing, brother. I was just checking on you, brother. Because I haven't heard from you, man. And I'm glad that you gave us the first and not the only super chat of the day from my guy. So double salute to him. Band up. Band up says in the super chat, I have missed BYO so much over the last 60 days. Your boy been down for a while, but I'm out, free, and back. Marty, I was in attendance last night. Band up. Man, I want to double salute to you, brother. When I heard you use the term, I'm out and free, I know what you mean. I may have not done as much time as you have, if that is what you are referring to. I don't mind giving y'all my, I don't mind giving y'all, my background. You know what I mean? So I want to say, hold your head up, young man. Everything's going to be all right. If you need anything from Manager Marty, band up, and I'm not being entertainment, this is real. You can hit me up, bro. Anything I can do to help you, band up, you let me know. You let me know, band up. You know how to get in contact with me, bro. You let me know. When you say I'm out and free, I know exactly what you mean. If this is what you're talking about, bro, I know exactly what you mean, bro. It's going to be okay. You're going to overcome this. And guess what? Let me give you some encouragement, band up, and everybody else that's listening to me. And I always say this. The person that make the most adjustments in life usually win in life. That's my spiritual principle of the day. The person that makes the most adjustments in life usually win in life. Like in sports, the boxer who makes the most adjustments in the ring usually win the fight. Like in professional football, right? The team that makes the most adjustments after halftime usually win the game. And so it's so synonymous with life. You got to make adjustments in life and you will win. Those that do not make adjustments in life and they stay and remain stuck in the same spot, they lose in life. So keep your head up and salute to my guy, Band Up again. Everybody, support this brother, man. He's a good young man. He's always supported the channel. And whatever we can do over on this end, Band Up, you let me know. I got your back, brother. Who else we got in here real quick? I think there was another super chat. Oh, my God. Of course. My guy. Andre Noble, double salute to you. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Andre Noble, thank you for your contribution as always. Andre Noble says in the super chat, a lot of SNAC fighters last night. Oh, we're going to talk about it, Dre. We're going to talk about it. We got to get with it. Hey, Dean. Hey, Dean. I'm glad you're here, Dean. I want to play something for you, Dean. Because Dean was here. And Dean, hey, Dean, I got to double salute Dean. Dean, I was on the road and I heard your YouTube video. So double salute to you again, Dean, for shouting me out in your video. This was a couple days ago. And you said something that Victor Conti said right here on this channel, brother. And you gave me my flowers. And I always appreciate it when you do it. I'm going to play an excerpt of what you was talking about. Remember that video, Dean, when you was talking about Clarissa Shields? And what Victor Conti said? I'm about to play it right now. This is how I'm going to open the show up as the viewership is increasing exponentially. Watch how I play this. Because I want, what's this kid's name? Rayo Venezuela? Come here, Rayo. What's his name? Rayo? The one that fought my man, Israil Cruz. Come here. I got to ask you something, bro. I want to ask Rayo something. But I ain't going to ask you yet, Rayo. I'm not going to ask you yet because I got to address a couple of things that happened before you fought Pitbull. So hold on for 1 second. Because I want to play something real quick. Who else is in the chat, man? I'm glad that Crispy Chris, what's going on, baby? I ain't seen you in a while. Jay Miller, what's good? The viewership is increasing so exponentially here on Sunday. Come on in. Come on in. Grab a plate. Have a seat. I'm going to serve y'all some food today. Some food for thought. Come on. Come on in. Oh, y'all going to love this show today. Double salute to one of the thoroughest women that I know in the chat, Ariana. She's a member of the channel and supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. Ariana, it's always a pleasure to see you, sweetheart. Always good to communicate and connect with you. And she going to hold the chat down like she always do. Who else we got in here? Who else? Oh, my man, Brian. What's up, Brian King? Listen, let me do this real quick. I gotta start the show off. Woo-wee. I went back, Dean, and I found this clip. And I'm gonna show y'all when I put this out there. This was December the 31st, 2023, when I conducted an interview with Victor Conti. Y'all remember that? When I conducted the interview, I think that was December 20th. No, December 27th. Victor Conti was here. Y'all remember? A few days later, I took an excerpt out of the live and I republished a video where Victor Conti was talking about EPO. And remember, I made him, when I say made him, let me be clear, I encouraged him to explain to the audience what EPO is, which I already know what it is, but I wanted those of you that never heard of the term before, get educated on what it is and the benefits and the effects of it. And in that, we heard Victor Conti give us some more information. And I want to play the clip right now because I want us to all to be on the same page when I'm setting up the foundation to explain to each and every last one of y'all what I've been telling y'all for a while now, that the SNAC program works. Double salute to Jay Miller. Thank you for your super chat, man. I appreciate your contribution to the channel, Jay. Jay said in the super chat, let's go. Roll the tape, fam. You already know. You already know. Oh, who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Isaiah? That's him? Oh, I told him I was going to shout him out. Double salute to Isaiah Turner. I appreciate you in the chat. And that is true. He saw me at the lounge. How many weeks ago was that? 2 or 3 weeks ago? He caught me at the lounge. Tell the people, Isaiah, I was drinking apple juice. Tell the people that's what I was drinking, brother. Save my name out here, brother, because you know they're going to lie on me and say, Rachel Donaire said I was drunk in Vegas. And she lied on me. I ain't sip an ounce of liquor when I was in Vegas. I don't even get drunk. But that what Rachel told y'all by the phone booth. Y'all remember that a couple months ago? She lied and said I was drunk, pissy drunk in Vegas. She lied. But my man caught me at the lounge. He's right here in the chat. Okay, I had a cup in my hand. Yeah, I had apple juice. So what? I don't get drunk. I don't get high. I don't pop pills. Everybody already know that. I don't use profanity. You get me mad enough, you might hear. But anyway, bottom line is this. Hey, Isaiah, appreciate you showing me love, brother. Appreciate it. Let me get back to the show because I done brought up Rachel and that triggered some. I ain't even going to go there. Check this out because I got Ariana and the ladies watching me. So I'm going to make sure that I'm calm. I make sure that I got my gentleman voice on. Don't forget, I'm going to do this segment of the show where I personally acknowledge all the ladies when I'm, because Mac Marty activated. Y'all already know that. But I just have to play this clip right here. I just have to play it so y'all can understand what I've been saying. All right, hold on. Oh, let me rewind. Hold on. Oh. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape. Let's talk about it. You use the letters EPO. It's a very long word. You're the expert. Can you tell us what EPO? I mean, we heard you say it with Sugar Shane Mosley, but can you tell the audience what is EPO? You said it's a powerful drug. What is EPO? What are the benefits of EPO?
The technical name is erythropoietin, and it promotes the production of red blood cells. And what that does is each and every time that a boxer or an athlete takes a breath, you have an area on a red blood cell called hemoglobin. They're like seats on a bus. And you can attach, let's say, 5 oxygen molecules, and then those to a red blood cell, like a little bus that transports them down to your muscle tissue in your legs. And it dumps the oxygen molecules and the nutrients, and then it picks up what we call the metabolic waste byproducts, like lactic acid, ammonia, carbon dioxide, the metabolic, call it PP and poo-poo, that you want to get out of your system because it promotes fatigue back, and then you exhale those out. So literally, they call EPO the effects that it turns you into a machine. That means you just simply don't get tired. So when you see these boxers who come on in the second half of the fight and are throwing more punches and maintaining that volume with equal power, it's likely that they're using EPO. And I don't want to get into specific cases, but I see this all the time. And then I look who they're associated with. And then my best guess is, yes, that boxer's using EPO.
Did y'all hear that? Test it. 1, 2. Is my mic on? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is my lavalier on? Check. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Could y'all hear that? Y'all can hear that, right? Oh, okay. That's from the expert. That's what he said. So put a pin in that, because I'm going to spin the block. again in a little bit. And I'm going to replay that because I'm going to put it all in context and I'm going to tie it all down today. Double salute to my guy, Aaron H. Muhammad, #1, day one supporter. Thank you for the super chat and contribution to the channel. Aaron Muhammad says in the super chat, salute, Manager Marty. A little support for the channel. Can somebody find a glove sponsor for Bud? We need answers. And that's what I want to talk about, Aaron. But before I get down, because I don't know what's going on with Terence Crawford's gloves. I don't know what's this second time. I don't know what's going on. In the dressing room, right? Before he came out, I don't know what's going on. But I got a lot to get off my chest today. So put a pin in that, Aaron. I'm going to spin the block on that too. But first, I have to, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I am highly disappointed. I am. I'm highly disappointed by a lot of things that happened last night. I'm going to go fight by fight and we're going to go right in. As the viewership is increasing exponentially, if you haven't done so already, I ask you please to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. And when you do, there's a bell icon that's going to immediately pop up. All you have to do is press on all. The word all, or is it all or personalized? I think it's all. That means you'll receive all of the notifications every time I publish content live and or videos. All right. Let's start from the first fight of the evening. I'm not even going to stay long on this. I done told you all about a phone booth about, what's this kid's name? David Morrell. That's him, right? I told y'all before he was green in the business. People still don't listen to me, but that's okay. He's not ready for David Benavidez and those guys. And he's supposed to call out Bivol. He's supposed to call out Benavidez. He's supposed to call out Benavidez. Of course, he's young in the game. He's trying to get to the bag. He's trying to, maximize his earning potential and promote himself. That's what he's supposed to do. But I told y'all, he lacks experience. You gotta build fighters up before they get into the ring with higher level quality fighters in opposition. That's the name of the game. Okay, I'm not down in the guy. I'm just telling you straight up, he's not ready for the upper echelon of fighters who have skills and experience, or more skills than him and more experience than him. He's not ready yet. He's still too green in the business. All right. Double salute to Jay Miller. Man, thank you, man. You've been dropping Jews, financial Jews all day, early on in the segment. And this is the type of support we need to continue to keep the content flowing. Thank you so much, Jay Miller, for the super chat. Again, Jay Miller says in the super chat, Manager Marty, like how you hand folk shovels to dig their own graves. Oh, man, look, that's what this show is all about. That's why we call it Roll the Tape. Thank you so much, Jay. This is what this thing is about. I always hand people a shovel, and then I make them dig up their own grave. And then I don't just stop there, because I'm very competitive. When they dig their own grave, I just go in and tap them so they can fall right in it. And then I take that same shovel I gave them, and then I start digging the dirt. And then I go ahead and... You seen what I did to the rest of the content creators. That's what I do to them. I don't want to call them by name because this show is not about them. But y'all know all the content creators who threw shots at me. I can really end their careers, but I don't. I just go ahead and dig a grave. Well, I let them dig the grave, and then I go ahead and put dirt on top of it. And then every now and then I say, all right, they've been down long enough. I'm not a hater. Let me go ahead and take some of the dirt off so they can come on back out. Because every now and then I need some motivation. I need the motivation. That's all I'm saying. Is that question for me? Good Esting? You talking about me? Supreme L, what's up, big dog? Let me see something real quick. Hey, Jeremy Austin. Double salute to Jeremy Austin. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Thank you for your super sticker. Big dog, I really appreciate you. Listen, y'all, can we do this before I move on with the show? You know I don't ask for much. I don't ask for anything. Can I get at least one like? I mean, the viewership is here, but the likes are not congruent. I don't ask for, can I get one more like? I just want YouTube to allow the content to reverberate all across the world on YouTube. That's all. Because the things that I've been telling you all time and time again. Can I get one more? I seen somebody do it. Thank you. Can I get one more? The things I've been telling you all about the sport and the business of boxing, some people don't believe. And that's why I'm glad you're here. Now let's get to it. That whole boy, what's going on? Let's get to it. So we done got done with Morrell. He's not ready yet. We have to build these fighters up, which segues me into my next point. Big baby Jared Anderson. I told y'all, everything I done told y'all came true last night. I told y'all when this young boy fought Chris, what's that kid's name? And what's this guy's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about, the Southpaw heavyweight. That Joshua, the guy, Chris, what's his name? Him. Remember when Jared Anderson fought him? And he buzzed Jared Anderson? I told y'all that he needs to work on his technical flaws. And he hasn't worked on them. And then I told y'all last week that Jared Anderson is getting in the ring with somebody who's much bigger than him that throws hands. See, Jared Anderson used to get in there with guys that don't throw a high volume of punches back. He was in there with that big boy Piccoli who was over 325 pounds. It reminds me of, my gosh, who was that in the chat? Thoroughbred Boxing. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Charles Martin. What did I say, Chris? I was off. Charles Martin. Charles Martin. I remember being at the fight when Charles Martin won the belt years ago. But anyway, this reminds me of a guy from my city who I have a lot of respect for. He's from my hometown of Philadelphia. BY. We call him BY, Brian Jennings. Right? Brian Jennings. Y'all remember when he fought Klitschko, right? Madison Square Garden. Y'all remember that? He did relatively well in that fight, right? His next fight, because they had an opportunity to make some major money, they accepted the fight against Louis Ortiz, King Kong. Y'all remember that? I'm going back, was that 2016? Y'all remember that? When King Kong, Louis Ortiz knocked Brian Jennings down like 3 times in that fight? And Brian was doing pretty good. BY, he was doing good. The point that I'm making is, that's what I see. I got an epiphany of Brian Jennings last night watching Jared Anderson. When you put in guys who are not prepared, and I'm not talking about the training camp being bad or he wasn't prepared in training camp. I'm talking about skill level, experience level. That makes a difference in these fights, y'all. And Jared Anderson was not ready experience-wise for a guy who's a heavy puncher, who has a high volume of punching and can take a punch in Piccoli. And you've seen what happened to Jared Anderson. And Jared Anderson showed heart. So I salute him for that. And he was a good sportsman after the fight in his post-fight interview. I salute him for that. See, this is what managers, this is what we do as boxing managers. This is what I get paid to do. I make sure that my client is in the best position possible to win. And Jared Anderson has a lot of technical flaws and he lacks defense. I was screaming at the TV all night telling Jared Anderson, move the opposite way. He's a southpaw. He should be moving to his right. I'm a southpaw, so I know. That's how I was trained. You got to move to your right. Stick that jab out there and move to your right. But he kept moving to his left, getting closer and closer and closer to the big right hand. These are all technical, foundational fundamentals. And it cost him. Now I want to grind that referee up right now. Oh, I got a chip on my shoulder today, y'all. There's a lot of people on my grinding list that I'm going to air fry today, and we're going to start with the referee. Y'all know I'm certified and trained as a boxing judge and a boxing referee in the amateur program. And we have similar protocols, even in the professional ranks. And what bothered me is that referee allowed Jared Anderson to take unnecessary punches after it was clearly evident that he was hurt. As referees, when we are trained and certified, the number one thing we are taught, our number one priority is the safety of the boxer. Now, check this out. When Bacoli landed that big left hand, that uppercut, y'all remember that uppercut that he landed that made Jared Anderson's face do the exorcism? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The last knockdown that Jared Anderson experienced. It was from a huge, big uppercut. Y'all remember that, right? Big uppercut. Big uppercut, right? Big uppercut. Straight up the middle. Bow. Turned his head all the way around. He was hurt. Anderson was hurt. And he got dropped. The referee should have called the fight. But instead, the referee allowed Jared Anderson to get up, beat the count, make him move side to side, which we all saw that he did not have any legs. His eyes, that's one of the things, I'm going to show y'all something, right? As a referee, right? When a fighter get knocked down, the first thing that we do, and in our training, is we hold the gloves of the fighter and we look the fighter in the eye. And we can tell whether the fighter is cognizant or not. Whether the fighter is physically there through the eyes. And I looked at Anderson's eyes and he was not there. He was out of it. And the referee allowed him walk to the right. He walked to the right. I said, he don't have any legs. Walk to the left. He walked to the left. He don't have any legs. Move forward. Can you continue? All right, continue. And he took 7 or 8 barrages of punches unnecessarily and undefensively for what? So I want to grind the referee up. He dropped the ball on that. That young man could have died in that ring last night, taking those unnecessary punches. It was no point of allowing him to beat the count to take 6 or 7 or 8 barrages of punches. For what? Undefensively for what? So that bothered me last night. Another person I want to put on my grinding list is the Los Angeles, California State Athletic Commission. The CSAC did a terrible job last night after that Bacoli and Anderson fight. And I wish somebody in the chat asked me how. I want to see if y'all still with me now because the viewership is increasing exponentially. I want to see if somebody is still with me. I wish somebody, I dare somebody to just type how in the chat. Let's see if we can get some engagement in here. Can somebody just ask me how? How did the CSAC, the California State Athletic Commission, drop the ball last night? Can we get a how? I got 2. Thank you, Nelly. Appreciate you. Lassane, thank you. This is how. How was Bacoli able to do a post-fight interview in the ring? How was Bacoli able to get the belts wrapped around his waist or his shoulder? How was Bacoli able to get out of the ring? How was Bacoli able to shake hands and kiss babies and take pictures when he got out of the ring? How was Bacoli able to walk to the dressing room with a California State Athletic Commission inspector leading the way? How was he able to do these 5 or 6 things with his gloves still on? Can somebody answer that question for me? See, y'all don't understand the protocol, and I'm not expecting you to, but I do. Your favorite content creator don't even understand the protocol, but I do. So you might not have observed it, and that's why I'm glad you're here, so you can learn something. The the athletic commission inspectors, one of their job description, which is the main important job description after the fight in the ring, is to tell the trainers, to facilitate the trainers to cut off the tape and do what, y'all? Take the gloves of the fighters off. Hand it back to the inspector so that the inspectors can inspect the gloves again. Same thing that they do before the fighters put them on in the first place in the dressing room. But Coley still had his gloves on. Did y'all notice that? Can somebody in the chat tell me if they noticed that? Yes or no? If you didn't, it's perfectly fine. If you did, that's fine too. I just want to get some engagement because we got a show. We got a show to put on today. Did anyone else notice that Piccoli's gloves were still on from the time the bell rung in the 12th round, ending the fight all the way till he walked in the back in the dressing room? Did anybody else notice that or observe that? Jeremy Austin said he did. D Money said he did. Thoroughbred Boxing didn't. Yes, sir, it happened. They never took his gloves off at all. At all. For when them noticed it. You see, go back and watch the highlights. Go back and watch that fight. Oh, and I want to teach y'all something for my new audience. Now, I know those of you that are my day one supporters, y'all remember me telling y'all this almost 2 years ago. But I'm going to tell y'all again right now. For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm going to teach y'all something. You're not going to find this information nowhere else. Did y'all also notice that all of the fighters last night had 2 colors wrapped around the wrist of their gloves? Now, my day one supporters, don't respond to that question because y'all know the answer already because I taught y'all this, right? Almost 2 years ago, right? All right. Now, I'm going to teach y'all something now. Most of the time, and they usually do it in California. Most states have different protocols, but especially in California. Red tape and blue tape are the 2 colored tapes that are used to identify the fighters, okay? I just want to put that in perspective to educate you all right? So in other words is all of the fighters who are listed as the A side of the entire event will have the same color tape. Let's say all of the A side competitors will have all red tape on the wrist of their gloves that the inspectors wrap after they sign and inspect the gloves and the hand wraps, okay? All right. The B side, all the B sides of the event, all the B side competitors, let's say they'll have on blue tape, okay? On the judges' scorecards, the scorecards are identifiable by the same color. So let's say Terence Crawford name might be in blue to signify that he's wearing blue tape. And let's say Madrimov name on the judges' scorecards, right, will be written in red to signify that he is wearing red tape around his wrist. I'm just using this to teach y'all something, like the red corner and blue corner. So the same color tape that the fighters wear on their wrists helps them identify what corner that they're in. Okay, there's a method to all of these things. So now I want to teach you, so when you see what's going on in boxing, you'll remember, oh man, Jamarty told me that, oh, and you get, that's why this channel is different from other channels. We give you education and entertainment over here about things that you just wouldn't know unless somebody actively involved in the business or experience can teach you. And that's why I'm glad you're here. So now that I got that out the way, what's the next fight? What's the next fight? Pitbull, was that Pitbull Cruz in them? No, that was Andy Ruiz in them. Andy Ruiz and Miller. What I'm trying to figure out is, how is that fight a draw? I got a bone to pick with everybody for every fight last night. How is that fight a draw? And I love Andy Ruiz. But Andy Ruiz lost that fight last night. He came off of a 2-year layoff. He was gassed out. I know he had an injury and all that. I know he had an injury. But the point that I'm making is Israil Miller talked all that trash like he always does. He's the heavyweight version of Adrian Broner, by the way. But he couldn't close the show. And did you notice he didn't even get tired last night? All that work Big Baby Israil Miller did, and he didn't even get tired last night. Lord have mercy. At 300 and something pounds. I'm not accusing the guy, even though we know that he popped dirty for a banned substance and PEDs 3 different times on 3 different occasions, which is the reason why Andy Ruiz had the opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua in the first place. Remember, they had to cancel that fight when Miller popped dirty, banned substance against AJ. Y'all remember that? So I'm just trying to figure out what the judge was looking at in that fight. That was not a draw. Big Baby Israil Miller, he won that fight. Andy Ruiz tried, but he came up short. Now that I got that out the way, what's his name? Valenzuela? He fought Pitbull Cruz in that fight. What's his name? Valenzuela? How you not pumping the jab out there? You have the height advantage and the reach advantage. Rayo should have been pumping that jab out all night long, but he was pawing it out there, pawing it. Stiff jabs would have stopped Pitbull Cruz in his tracks. And what I was taught in boxing since I was a young cat, teenager, I was taught that the 1-2 punch is the most devastating and deadly combination in boxing. Because when you throw that jab, and you're landing it flush, especially if your opponent's head snap back, guess what's going to happen? It's going to open up you to throw the right hand behind it if you're orthodox, and the left hand, but right behind it if you're southpaw like me. Why? Straight down the middle. Because you hit the jab, just like that. But Rayo made this fight harder for himself by not getting that stick out there and stopping Pitbull Cruz in his tracks with the jab, getting behind that stick. Now, what I did like about Rayo, he was turning Pitbull. He was making a miss. Now, most times when he was making a miss, he was getting out of there when his back touched the ropes or when he felt like he was in that corner for too long. He was making a miss, but he wasn't making him pay. But that's not what I observed the most. You know what I observed the most? Day XS. Oh, what's his name? Day X2 in the chat. Double salute to my guy, Rello0815, my brother. Always good to see you. You know what I was thinking about? Oh, hey, Malik. Where Malik at? He said, I see you got quick hands. Oh, hey, listen. I ain't been in the gym in like 6. I got to get back in the gym, y'all. I ain't been in the gym in like 6, 7 months. At least I'm telling y'all the truth. Listen, but I want to tell y'all something. It's a milestone, and I'm going to get better at it. I haven't drunk Pepsi or soda, which is my kryptonite, for like 3 months. No, 2 months, 2 months. I did sip a little bit last night. Certain people that's holding me accountable, I'm going to have to snitch on myself later on and let them know the truth. But it wasn't a whole lot. I just sipped a little bit of it. We had pizza, wings, and all that. I just sipped a little bit. But I haven't had it in 2 months. That's what's keeping me out of the gym, because I go to the gym, I go back in boxing and I do my thing. And then when a couple months go by, I see the transformation of the body. I see my hands getting quick. I'm in shape. I'm ready. And then I'm like, I just want a little piece of cake or a small little sip. And then I fall back into my old habits, okay? So I'm keeping it 100 so my roller tape family members can hold me accountable. Now, the hands still definitely work. Anyway, let's get back, because Malik taking me to North Philly again. Malik, I'm a gentleman, Malik. You know me. That's all about peace, brother. But the hands still work. Now, let's get back to this. Now, it's something that I noticed on Rayo, though. All night long, listen, it wasn't my fault. It's so obvious. Did y'all see that SNAC logo on his trunks, in the back of his trunks? Ooh, did y'all see that? Man, look, The SNAC program works. You know what else I observed? The boy, what's his name? Rayo. Did y'all notice he never was breathing hard? He had Pitbull giving him all that pressure. He was on his bicycle the whole entire night. He never went more than 4 rounds. Or he went 4. I think he went more than 4 rounds 3 times in his whole career. And guess what? Guess what else I noticed? What's the guy name that was interviewing them guys in the ring? Is that Chris Mannix? Well, the guy that was interviewing everybody, right? After the fights, he asked Rayo. He said, man, I noticed your conditioning was so good. How did you feel in this fight? Why would the interviewer ask him about his conditioning? You know why? Because we're not used to seeing him have all of this good conditioning for 12 rounds without ever breathing hard. He never breathed with his mouth open one time. I'm not trying to accuse nobody of anything. I'm just calling it like it is. His performance was extremely enhanced last night when he fought Pitbull. You seen Pitbull Cruz was tired. All the work he's done. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, smooth criminal. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, Day X2. Who else we got in the chat? Wayne Boogie. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Many Face Publishing, my guy. SNAC was all over the place last night. And you know the fight was in California. And everybody knows that the SNAC program in Victor Conte, where he at? California. All right then. All over the place last. Did you see it? Oh my goodness. The young man Rayo was on his bicycle all night long. And he was throwing a lot of punches. And he was questioned about his condition. Never breathed hard. Never huffed and puffed. You know, like how Devin Haney was when he fought Regis Prograis. Like how Devin Haney was when he fought Ryan. The guy never tires in the later rounds. Let's hear what Victor Conte had to say about that. I told you I was going to tie this back in. This is what Victor Conte had to say in December 27 of 2023 when I had him here in my face. Hey, I can only play what he said. Let's hear what he had to say about when fighters don't gas out in the later rounds and they still maintain their volume of punching. Let's hear what Victor have to say, the expert. Let's talk about it. You use the letters EPO. It's a very long word. You're the expert. Can you tell us what EPO? I mean, we heard you say it with Sugar Shane Mosley, but can you tell the audience what is EPO? You said it's a powerful drug. What is EPO? What are the benefits of EPO?
The technical name is erythropoietin, and it promotes the production of red blood cells. And what that does is each and every time that a boxer or an athlete takes a breath, you have an area on a red blood cell called hemoglobin. They're like seats on a bus, and you can attach, let's say, 5 oxygen molecules, and then those to a red blood cell, like a little bus that transports them down to your muscle tissue in your legs, and it dumps the oxygen molecules and the nutrients, and then it picks up what we call the metabolic waste byproducts, like lactic acid, ammonia, carbon dioxide, the metabolic, call it PP and poo-poo, that you want to get out of your system because it promotes fatigue, back, and then you exhale those out. So literally, they call EPO the effects that it turns you into a machine. That means you just simply don't get tired. So when you see these boxers who come on in the second half of the fight and are throwing more punches and maintaining that volume with equal power, it's likely that they're using EPO. And I don't want to get into specific cases, but I see this all the time. And then I look who they're associated with. And then my best guess is, yes, that boxer's using EPO.
He said that when these type of things happen and he looks and see who they're associated with, he gets suspicious that fighter might be using EPO. So why don't we use Victor Conte's formula on his fighters when they don't get tired in the second half of fights, when they maintain the same volume of punches with the same effective power with it in the later rounds? Can't we use his formula to be suspicious of him? I'm just asking the question. Listen, don't get mad at me. I'm just asking the question. Because when Victor Conte said that, it was cool, right? Some of y'all was cool with him saying, when he look and see who the fighter's associated with, right? Now let's look at who Rayo was associated with. I'm not saying the young man was on EPO. I'm just telling you his performance was enhanced. And he didn't get tired at all. So let's see who he was associated with. Oh, the SNAC program. Who else? Robert Garcia, the trainer. Y'all know who Robert Garcia is, right? Yeah, Mikey Garcia's brother, the trainer. You know Robert Garcia's, all the fighters that he have always have certain characters around them that are suspicious. You don't remember? Okay, remember when Robert Garcia was training Marcos Maidana? Y'all remember that? Who was the strength and conditioning coach for Marcos Maidana when he fought Broner? You've guessed it, Alex Ariza. You remember that? Who trains Bam Bam Rodriguez in them? Because he on SNAC too. Okay. Rayo, Robert Garcia. Don't let me pull the tape up. Because remember, Victor Conte was here in that same interview that I just played y'all. And he told me, this is what Victor told me. Y'all was, most of y'all was here. He told me that Robert Garcia is the sponsor of SNAC and he pays Robert Garcia and sponsors some of the things in his gym. Yeah. That's why you see most of Robert Garcia fighters go to SNAC. Hey, I can't make none of this up. The SNAC program works. If you don't believe me now, you're never going to believe me. You should have been believing when I told you last year, but it's good to believe me now. It works. Yeah, let me go do some research on this. But before I do the research, let me see if I can get one of these lights turned off. How about this one? Yeah, get this light off. This is the segment of the show where I turn the lights off. I drink some water to get my R&B voice flowing. Not for you, fellas. Of course not. Y'all know who this for. Public service announcement, fellas. Just do me a favor if you can. Just step onto the side. No. I'm going to let you come back in the room. Just hold on. Just step to the side. Because this public service announcement is for the ladies. Mac Marty is activated. Fellas, step to the side. Let me get the R&B voice flowing. My music teacher, she told us in acting class, we should never be on camera chewing gum. So let me get the gum out. I want to double salute all the ladies. Thank y'all so much, ladies. Yes, you, girl. Why you looking around to see who I'm talking to you? Thank you so much, Queen, for always having decorum about yourself in the chat, for always supporting the channel, for making contributions, not just with your monetary resources, but with the most valuable asset that all of us obtain on a daily basis, and that's your time. So I want to double salute all the ladies, all the queens, all the women, from the bottom of my heart, from Manager Marty to you. I want to say thank you for your unwavering support and always being graceful in the chat and always holding it down for me. I appreciate y'all so very much. Thank y'all so much. All right, fellas, come on back in the room. Let's talk about some boxing. Here's the thing about Terence Crawford. I want to ask a question for the chat, and I have to be animated. Is Madrimov a better fighter than Errol Spence? Can I just get one yes or no? I just want to know. Is Madrimov a better fighter than Errol Spence Jr.? Can I get a yes or no in the chat? You know I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. Double salute to my guy, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Take film crew, my guy Andre Noble. Thank you for the super chat. Andre Noble, appreciate you, my brother. Andre Noble says, Andy Cruz knocked a SNAC fighter out last night. Yeah, he did. You see, everybody that run over the SNAC, Andre, got to understand it don't always give you this. Either you got the chin or you don't. Yeah, Andy Cruz did a good job last night. And you know who trains Andy Cruz now? The great Bozy Ennis, Boots' dad. So you know Andy Cruz is going to start making adjustments and start working a little harder and getting better as we've been seeing him improving. So salute to my guys. Double salute to my guys. Bozy, Boots, representing the city of Philadelphia. Now, we got to get to this. I don't like disagreeing with some of y'all because some of y'all been riding with me since day one. But y'all know how it is. I have to call a spade and call it straight down the middle. I'm one of the few content creators that still maintain integrity, and I have to do it today. Let's talk about Terence Crawford and Madrimov. And I gotta start here with the SNAC program. Did y'all notice something? And this is for all of y'all that just told me in the chat that Madrimov is not a better fighter than Errol Spence Jr. Did you notice that Bud Crawford did not have the SNAC logo anywhere on his trunks last night? Did y'all notice that? I mean, I immediately was looking for it. Because Bo Mac, he was wearing a hat, the SNAC hat. Like I'm wearing a SNAC shirt, he was wearing a matching hat that is Bo Mac, like he always do. But I didn't see the SNAC program or the SNAC logo on Terence Crawford's trunks. Did you? Maybe I missed it. I mean, I can pull up the highlights and see if I missed it. I might have missed it. I didn't see the SNAC logo on his trunks. I mean, I haven't. Interesting. And Bud couldn't use them gloves. I don't know what type of gloves they were that he wanted to use. The first ones that busted open. I have a feeling they were the horsehair kind. The horsehair kind are different from the regular standard gloves that have the foam in the knuckle area. The horsehair gloves, like them Everlast gloves that Terence Crawford like to wear, the MX version. Then you got the Reyes gloves. They have horsehair. Y'all know Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S. The gloves that Pacquiao like wearing? Yeah. They call them knockout artist gloves because of the horsehair around the knuckle areas, if some of y'all didn't know that. But Terence Crawford wasn't able to wear those gloves last night because they burst. Now, I don't know if they were horsehair or not. I would assume that they were. These gloves keep bursting open. These gloves, that don't have a lot of threading in them, okay, keep on manufacturing. And this is why professional boxers have to sign on the dotted line 2 pair of gloves in case the first pair of gloves malfunction. Or if a fighter put on the gloves, the night before the fight, right? They realize, I chose these the first time, but I don't like how they feel anymore. They can switch them up. Your left hand can be different from the right hand glove. That happens too. I've been in boxing a long time. This is what happens. Or you can just say, well, look, take the first gloves. I don't want to wear those. I'll use my 2s. I'll use my number 2 gloves. Let's switch. Make my number 2s my number 1s and number 1, number 2. Because, you got to try these gloves on as a professional fighter. Okay? All right? So apparently, the first pair of gloves that Terence Crawford wore malfunctioned. This not the first time. This is the second time. Thank you, Jay Miller, for giving me my flowers, saying I'm cooking right now. I'm on a hot, man, I'm air frying today. His second pair. And even though they probably wasn't the horsehair version, he tagged up Madrimov's face. Did y'all see Madrimov's face after this fight? Now, let's get to this fight. Now, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I'm coming from an experience of being a certified trained judge from the amateur boxing program, USA Boxing, and every professional judge and every professional fighter that you see in the ring, every professional timekeeper you see, guess what? Every professional referee you see and judge, they all had to come and get certified and trained to USA Boxing. Just understand that, okay? In America. Okay? Every professional fighter you see had to go through the USA Boxing program. That's a prerequisite, okay? Now, from a judge's perspective, this fight was not close at all. Yeah, I said it. I know you mad. You be all right. This fight was not close at all. From my expertise and experience and understanding the judging criteria that's used, and there's only 4 of them, this fight was not close. You look at the judging criteria and you have to ask yourself, because as judges, we don't judge fights, we judge and score rounds. We score by round. There is no eye test to say it looks like. No, we have to go by the foundation of the judging criteria. Do y'all know the 4 judging criteria? If you don't know, I can tell you right now. Some people don't know what the boxing judging criteria is that boxing judges use to score rounds in fights. Some people don't know. If you don't know, that's fine. I'll tell you. There's 4 of them. If you don't know, it's fine. You have to have ring generalship. Who's controlling the ring and imposing more of their style? Terence Crawford, whole entire fight, round by round. What about effective aggressiveness? Terence Crawford, the entire fight, round by round. Was Madrimov aggressive? Absolutely not. I was yelling at the TV with some homies of mine, and I was counting down the clock. Look, y'all, 40 seconds went by. Madrimov didn't throw 1 punch yet. Look, y'all, a minute and a half just went by and elapsed. Madrimov still didn't throw 1 punch yet. Look, y'all, 2 minutes done elapsed. Madrimov still didn't throw not 1 punch yet. He's like he's doing a dance. I don't know what he's doing because that's not how you feint. But it's European style, I get it. Because his feints were not confusing Terence Crawford. But needless to say, his aggressiveness was not effective. He wasn't throwing no punches. Now, in the last couple of seconds in a round, every now and then, he'll throw 1 effective punch. But you can't score that fighter hitting the fighter 1 time in 30 seconds when a fighter landed a 3-4 punch combination and then jabs here and there within 3 rounds of a fight. Or excuse me, 3 minutes of a round. Because that's what Terence Crawford was doing. I'm just saying, what about defense? Madrimov showed more defense than Terence Crawford last night? Absolutely not. What about clean punching? Did Madrimov hit Terence Crawford with some clean punches when he did land? Yes. But didn't Terence Crawford land more clean punches on Madrimov since he was throwing combination? Yes. So based on the judging criteria alone, Terence Crawford won this fight by a landslide. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the reason why most people think that this fight was close. Most people. Is because we have been following an outdated adage, which should have never been in boxing in the first place. And that old adage is you're only as good as your last fight. I'm going to change that adage. I told you this weeks ago. We don't use that term. That makes absolutely no sense. You're only as good as your last fight. No, you're not. You're only as good as your team around you in this business. You're only as good as your team around you in this sport. Forget what your last fight was. Because styles make fights, and you get into the ring doing what again? Making adjustments according to your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. What is the most appealing victory in a fight? Through a knockout. So what's higher than a knockout? Nothing. So if Terence Crawford scored TKO or a knockout in his last fight, what that guy do in this fight? Nothing. If he don't come in and make the adjustment and have a proper game plan to be executed in an attempt to derail the strengths of his opponent, what difference does his last fight make? What difference does his last fight mean? Deontay Wilder's last fight, before he fought Fury, that second fight, was a knockout in the first round against Robert Helenius. And I was there in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center, right? But his last fight didn't mean anything when he got in that ring with Tyson Fury. Am I right or wrong? All right, then. That's all I'm saying. Terence Crawford dominated this fight based on the judging criteria consistently round after round. Now, do I give Madrimov 2 rounds? Yes. 3 at the most. That's where it stops. Madrimov hit Terence Crawford at least 3 times with a big right hand and didn't follow up on it. Didn't follow through with it. Why not? He kept backing off. Wasting time. And I want to put somebody else on my list. I know some of y'all gonna get mad, but y'all be all right. Sergio Mora. I respect him as a fighter, the Latin snake from California. But Sergio Mora was so biased last night, bro. Did y'all hear the commentators? That was one of the worst broadcasts with the commentators that I've seen, I don't know, in years or ever. They did a terrible job with the commentating last night. I'm sorry, collectively. They always trying to sound like they were experts at judging. Never judged an amateur boxing fight or a pro fight. But they're telling the audience something that don't make absolutely no sense. Sergio Mora was saying this because he was on Madrimov's side, or it looked like he was on Madrimov's side. I don't know what was going on. Oh man, I'm loving the patience of Madrimov. 2 minutes then went past in the round, and he threw not one punch, and you telling me you impressed with his patience. How patient you want the man to be? It was the 7th round. He was fighting like this for 7 rounds straight, not throwing any punches. And guess what Madrimov's trainer, Joel Diaz, said? Let your hands go. You gotta throw the punches. Not just the feints. Throw the punches. So who we gonna believe? Who should we listen to? Should we listen to Sergio Mora, who got a microphone in his hand? Or should we listen to the trainer? Because the man that got the microphone in his hand was so impressed by the lack of activity of Madrimov, his patience. But look at what the trainer was saying. Let your hands go. And Sean Porter was biased too. It looked like they was having a, I don't want to say this because there's ladies on the line. Pissing contest is what I was basically going to say, but I think the ladies will understand me. A pissing contest. Mora and Sean Porter going back and forth from the whole broadcast. This is not your, nobody's coming to see y'all. Your job is supposed to just color commentate or give an analysis. Let the fans know what's happening in this fight. Tell the fans what should be happening so that both guys could get their game plan executed. But I wasn't hearing that. I was hearing guys talking about the judging, talking about scoring the fight. They wasn't talking about, I'm like, why are they not focusing in on what's in the fight? Then earlier on in the night, I forgot the guy's name. He's the #1 guy, color commentator. When they was showing the camera on the celebrities, he's talking about, oh, look, he's drinking orange juice. I mean, no, I'm sorry. He said, oh, he's drinking apple juice. Why are we talking about that? Let's focus on boxing. Y'all supposed to be commentators. I don't get it. And listen, the thing is, don't nobody have to agree with me. I'm just telling y'all what my observation is from a judge's perspective. See, I'm looking at this from the lens of a referee and a judge, not from a boxing fan's perspective. Terence Crawford dominated this fight based on the judging criteria. Madrimov, he didn't do enough. I know Eddie Hearn's mad, saying you gotta to be the champion, you gotta just beat the champion. No, that was old school stuff. We got a criteria that we use in boxing, and we find out and discover what boxers implement the judging criteria more effectively than the other, and that's who win the round. It's very simple. It's not about knocking the champion out to take his or her belt. No. And I want to say this too now. I'm not putting him on my grinding list, but I just want to say something to, what's his name? Because I'm not calling him his excellency. There's only one excellency that I serve, and his name is God. But his name is Turkey, right? Turkey don't know too much about boxing here in America. But somebody has to tell Turkey, we're not here in America waiting until 2 o'clock in the morning for the main event to start. So no more of these long concerts, no more presentations. Now, if you're going to do a presentation, just go on and give, what's his name, Turkey, give him the little trophy and let's move on with the show. But all this buying a car, what is this, the Oprah show? Everybody gets a car now? I would have liked for a black person to win that car, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it was Mexican populated, you know what I mean? And so now that segued me into Andre Ward. I got to put Andre on my list. I love Andre Ward. But Andre Ward said something in that broadcast where he said, man, and he said YouTubers. I wonder if he was including me in that. But I don't know. But he said, yeah, because some YouTubers in the media keep saying Terence Crawford can't sell. And then he looked back like, with the microphone in his hand, he looked back and was like, you know, they keep saying Terence Crawford can't sell. Man, it's like a big crowd to me. You know them fans was mainly Hispanic and Mexican and all that, man, because you had Rayo on the card. You had Pitbull Cruz on the card. Who else we had on the card? You had Andy Ruiz on the card. You had Madrimov on the card. You understand? You had, what's that first kid name? That for Morel. You got the Hispanic and Latino community here, because you know they heavily populated in California too, on the West Coast. So let's not make it seem like all of them was there for Bud. Let's not do that, Andre. And we know that it wasn't the YouTubers. Now I don't know if the content creators like me or not, but it don't matter. I'm going to defend them today. It wasn't us, the YouTubers, that started that. We heard that from the horse's mouth. The origin of that statement that Terence Crawford is not a good ticket seller was not from a YouTuber. It was from the promoter, Bob Arum, the horse himself. Don't take my word for it. I can pull the tape up. Bob Arum said, the money that I lost, and I quote, the money that I lost promoting Terence Crawford, I could have got a mansion built in Beverly Hills. That's what Bob Arum said. And then I came back a year and a half ago and I echoed those same claims because it's true. But it don't matter if Terence Crawford can sell or not. The young man, Terence Crawford, had some struggles last night against this guy with the European style last night. Now to my point of why I'm wearing this shirt. The SNAC program works. Did you see the SNAC logo on Terence Crawford trunks? Because I didn't. You thought I forgot about that point? No, I told you I was going to spin the block. I didn't see it. And I didn't see the enhancements. I didn't see it, me personally. Now, some of y'all done told me that Errol Spencer's a better fighter than Madrimov. But when Terence Crawford had the SNAC logo on his trunks, he ran straight through Errol Spence, and we know Errol Spence wasn't 100%. He ran straight through him. Hey, Terence Crawford didn't have the SNAC logo on his trunks. And he didn't run straight through a guy who got less skills than Errol Spence last night. I do believe he won, convincingly, by the way. Terence Crawford won. But he didn't run through Madrimov last night without that logo on his trunks. Now, I don't know if he's with the program or not anymore. I know Bo Mack is wearing the hat. But the last time we saw this, we saw a similar pattern. Y'all forgot? I'm the first one and only one to point this out last year. Okay, y'all don't remember? Let me refresh your memory and give y'all something for the new audience out there. Y'all remember that time I told y'all I was at the Barclays Center when Caleb Plant knocked out Anthony Durrell with one punch? Y'all remember that? And I was with a friend of mine's. Y'all remember that? And I told my friend, as soon as Durrell got knocked out, I looked at my man Tim. I said, Tim, Caleb Plant's performance is enhanced. And my man Tim was like, you think so? I said, look at that logo on him. I said, the SNAC program works. I've been saying that before I even got on camera and got a YouTube channel. I've been saying it works. Now, with that being said, right, the next fight that Caleb Plant got in was with who? You've guessed it, David Benavidez. And did he have the SNAC logo on his trunks when he fought David Benavidez? Nope. And you see after the 6th round, he gassed out. Y'all remember that fight, right? It looked the same way when Terence Crawford had the SNAC logo on his trunks when he fought David Evanesian. He knocked him out with one punch, out cold, put him to sleep. Something that's never been done in Terence Crawford's career. He knocked down Sean Porter, not once, but twice. Something that's also never been done in Sean Porter's career. With the SNAC logo on Terence Crawford's trunks. And the SNAC logo was on Porter's trunks too. Lord have mercy. SNAC versus SNAC. And then, of course, the SNAC logo was on his trunks when he ran through Errol Spence. But now last night, just like Caleb Plant, when he fought Benavidez without the SNAC program logo on his trunks, Crawford didn't have the SNAC logo on his trunks, and he looked extremely different. So please stop saying you're only as good as your last fight. You're only as good as your team in this business. Your last fight means absolutely nothing if you're getting in the ring with a fighter or an opponent who has a completely different style than your last opponent. You still have to make an adjustment. Terence Crawford was looking extremely good when he was letting his hands go. But there were a lot of times in this fight that he was not letting his hands go. And people, some, or maybe I'll change that, most people are calling this fight a close fight because of that old adage in boxing. And people's expectation level was for Terence Crawford to go in there and do the same thing to Madrimov that he did in his last fight with Errol Spence. And when that didn't happen, I think that's what made people believe, well, maybe this fight is closer than what I think. Madrimov is like kind of winning this fight. Know why? Because your expectation level for Bud's performance was stuck out in your mind. That's a possibility. But without that SNAC on the logo on your without that SNAC logo on the trunks now, you might look different. Double salute to my guy, Michael D. Stories 87. I miss you, Mike. Haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Mike says in the super chat, I was thinking the same thing because I'm in LA and it was 9:30 and I was wondering why the main event hasn't started yet. And if people want to East Coast was and if people was in the East Coast staying up to watch. Yes. They dragged this thing out. And I'm not mad at Turkey because he put up the money for everything. So I guess he does deserve a trophy. But what I'm trying to figure out is how can the Nevada State Athletic Commission, who had absolutely nothing to do with this show, allow the founder of the Nevada State Athletic Hall of Fame come into LA in California, in totally different state, and give this guy an honorary trophy. I mean, he's been doing relatively well, right, for the last, what, 7, 8 months or a year now, I think. Turkey has been putting money up in boxing for a year, maybe, in a very short period of time. And they're already ready to crown this guy. I'm not mad at him. I mean, he's cool. Everybody should, get recognition when you do hard work. But all I'm saying is they're honoring him in the Boxing Hall of Fame as an honorary. But there's people that put their life on the line, blood, sweat, and tears, who sacrificed their lives and everything else in the sport of boxing, and still are not inducted in the Hall of Fame in Nevada. I got issue with that. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. And we in California, right? So what did Nevada got to do? Y'all could have had a little feast for him in Nevada. But it's all good. It was his show. He paid for everything. I respect it. But this fight was not a landslide. I mean, this fight, Crawford and Madrimov, was a landslide. It was not close at all. It was not close. Madrimov ain't even throw enough punches. I mean, he just didn't. I mean, he hit Crawford every now and then. And I'm sure those punches, especially that big right hand that made Bud wobble just a slight bit, I'm sure they caught his attention. But he didn't do enough to beat no Terence Crawford in this fight. Absolutely not. That's just my take from what I can see, from what I observed. Now, Terence Crawford got, what, 10 or 11 straight knockouts? Madrimov ended that streak last night. But I bet you if he was able to use them gloves and he had that SNAC logo on him, man, he probably would have ended Madrimov's night early. That's what I think. Double salute to my guy, Fort Greene Pharaoh. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Fort Greene is also a member of the channel and supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. Fort Greene says in the super chat, salute, Manager Marty. After looking at that non-SNAC performance last night, Bud ain't beating Canelo. Hey, that's all I'm saying, Fort Greene. And so if you can say that, Fort Greene, then I know you can agree with this concept, and you always have from day one with me, Fort Greene, that if he can't beat Canelo as a non-SNAC performer, maybe he probably wouldn't have been able to run straight through Errol Spence as a non-SNAC performer. Maybe he would have. I don't know. I'm just saying last night, Terence Crawford was not the usual Terence Crawford that we're used to seeing. He was a little bit more hesitant, as he should have been, playing it smart, playing it cool. And once he got his man hurt, he was digging to the body, letting his hands fly. Terence Crawford won this fight by a landslide. This was not a close fight. There was no injustice that happened. It is what it is. So that's my take on the entire fight. I went fight by fight. I had an issue with everything that happened on each card. And guess what? I'm still going to come back here live and live in color tomorrow with another episode of Roll the Tape Podcast. So come on back. Meet me here between 5:30 p.m., 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meet me here tomorrow. We got some more boxing to talk about. But before we go, I got a good friend of mine who has grown up with me, known me for over 30-something plus years. And I got to double salute him right now, my guy, Rodney Day. Thank you for your super chat, Rod, and your day one support. Rod says in the super chat, none SNAC, OMFG, man. Shout out to Manager Marty. Hey, Rod. Terence Crawford didn't have that SNAC logo on him. Didn't look like the same fighter in his last 3 before this one. We need answers. And double salute to my guy, Lifeline Music TV. Always a supporter of the channel. Member, I don't know if he's still a member, but I think he is, but he's definitely a supporter of the channel. Either way you slice it. Lifeline, thank you for your super sticker, brother. All I got to tell y'all right there, when it comes to the SNAC program, The SNAC program works. Victor Conti, if you're listening, send me my money that you owe me now. Let's do good business. And also, let me leave you with this. I've made history in boxing just by something very small and minute. I am the first non-athlete that has held a promo code in my name for the SNAC program. Well, that's my time. Come on, kick it with me tomorrow. Same time. Appreciate y'all. Wait, before I go. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, before I leave. Double salute to my guy. I miss this guy so much, man. He is my main man, pots and pans. Been praying for this brother, and I'm glad to see him in the chat before we go. And that's my guy, Terrell Barnes. Terrell, I hope all is well with you, bro. Always good to see you, my guy. Dang, that's my man. And guess what? Terrell was here. And shout out to my man, Gregory Quarterbomb was here. Those are my old heads. Those are my guys. They both were here when I started this whole SNAC Works movement. And now everybody all over the YouTube boxing community is saying the SNAC works. Hey, Mr. Greg, I got to leave you with this, Mr. Greg. Terence Crawford didn't have that SNAC logo on his trunks, and he looked different. But Rayo, on the other hand, he had the SNAC logo on his trunks. Oh, and his performance was enhanced. The SNAC program works. And you'd have to take my word for it. Roll the tape.